So what is up, guys? It is Nisha here today, and today we got ourselves a new interesting card to show you guys. Because, well, I got myself a new interesting card to show you guys that was revealed on the 1st of September. It was something that had quite a unique and interesting effect, so I couldn't really ignore it. It's called Mikuratori. It's a dark level 4 wing beast. Pretty nice artwork. Let's just zoom in on that. I know the website name's gonna get in the way, but you know, the price of keeping it widescreen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what it does, it has an effect based on which main monster zone that is placed in. So that's pretty crazy because it has different effects based on the zone that it's in. So and just remember that it is inverted for each player. So for one player, the leftmost zone is going to be on the opposite side that the other player's leftmost zone is in. The rightmost zone is going to be the opposite on the other player's field. So your leftmost is obviously the zone right next to the field spell, and your rightmost is the zone right next to the graveyard. So just remember that. The middle zone is the zone between the two link zones where you would put your field center card at. If you don't know what those are, you can look those up. But it's like something that you would put into the center of the field just to make sure that both players understand that that's where the center of the field is. People are getting like custom tokens made for it, and it's pretty cool. Like there's one with like a Subterror Hidden City. Whatever the name of the field spell is. But yeah. So different effects based on the zone it's in, and it has 4 different effects. So let's get into it. So the first effect is it gains effects. I just said it gains effects. So leftmost, it gains 1,000 attack and defense if you're being in a leftmost zone. The zone right next to the field spell. So what's happening is he's gonna go up to 2,300 attack and 1,500 defense. So that's actually a pretty strong normal summonable monster. Just so that you can get off of just putting him in the right zone. You know what I'm saying? He can get over most monsters that are normal summonable, and even some, synchro and exceed, and even a decode talker. Like he can either bump into a decode talker with no monsters pointing to it, or he can just set himself and give you protection just by being in that leftmost zone. So in the rightmost zone, he can attack up to 2 monsters during each battle phase. Not just attack twice in general, but only attack 2 monsters, which is kind of okay just because it's only going to have 1,300. It can't be in 2 zones at once, obviously. If you have something like a Moon Mirror Shield or something to increase his attack, it might not be a big deal. But as it is right now, it's not really something that, it's not a zone you would want. You would want him in. So next off, the middle is that he cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So while he's in the middle of the field, the very center, he's pretty much invulnerable to destruction. Oh no, he can still be destroyed by battle. Actually, that's actually not invulnerable to destruction, but he can't be targeted or destroyed. But he's still going to be 1,300, 1,500. So it's not really a big deal that he can't be destroyed simply because he's not going to be that strong. Like what? Like, and it's by your opponent's card effect, so you can still pop him with your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. Middle, we already just did middle. Otherwise, monsters in the same column as this card cannot activate their effects. Okay, so that means that the 2 zones, the extra monster zones, while he's in those extra monster zones, your opponent cannot. Neither player who controls the monsters in those zones can activate those monsters' effects. This would be a card that would benefit off of a card like Synect Switch, which was hyped up for quite a while just because people thought with Link monsters you'd be able to switch monster positions like Link monsters, but since Konami revealed that you're not able to do that, the hype just died down automatically. I mean, it would be bad even if you could do that, but maybe in some combo decks it would be a little playable. But this would be a card that would benefit from that card. But for the most part, it seems like the only effects worth using are the ones where it's on the leftmost, right next to the field spell, and on the otherwise zones, which are the 2 zones under the 2 extra monster zones. So those are the zones that your opponent would summon extra deck monsters in, and them not being able to activate their effects would be pretty crazy. I mean, imagine you summon it in the zone your opponent would have used, and then they're trying to summon out like a Link Spider or something, and then you can't use Link Spider's effect because this guy's on board. Honestly, it's not the best card in the world. You know, obviously, as I said before, he only gets a limited number of effects just because he can't get every single effect at once. If he can have every single effect at once, I think this card would be amazing. It might just be freaking broken. It's something you can run in every deck. But, you know, at this point, it's only like a dark level 4 wing beast that you can only run in a certain number of decks that aren't really too relevant. You could try Raid Raptors, you could try Black Wings, but you know, when push comes to shove, you're probably going to put it into leftmost or the otherwise zones. You're not going to put it in the other zone unless you have a really solid reason to, which most times you won't. So yeah, it's just nice to see Konami making a different type of card. You know, having a card where, you know, its effect is based on the monster zone that it's in. It's pretty cool. I know we're getting Magi Bullets soon, which got its name changed to Magical Musketeers. The cringe is real. But they're going to be another deck that's really, really based on zone placement. So, you know, it's something that we're going to see a lot of moving forward. And so, you know, this is a nice start. It's not something too broken, but it's something that can bring it in casually, and then eventually when Konami wants it to be meta, they're just going to shove that thing right in your face, and you're going to have to deal with it and watch it on every event and every live stream. So this was Nisha here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think of this card and what you think about the name change to Magical Musketeers. And see you guys in the next one. Peace. Come on.